She used to think everyone walked into a room and felt what she felt. The way the air changes when two people have just finished arguing, even if they're both smiling now. The heaviness that clings to someone who says they're fine, in a voice that doesn't quite match the word. She thought this was just paying attention. It took her years to realize most people simply don't feel it at all, and that the ones who do carry something, most people never have to. It showed up first in small, ordinary ways. She'd come home from a birthday party more tired than the friends who'd been dancing all night, because she'd spent the whole evening quietly tracking everyone's mood without meaning to. A sad movie could undo her for days. A stranger crying on the bus would stay with her longer than it stayed with the person actually crying. She used to apologize for this, as if needing quiet afterward meant something was wrong with her, rather than something simply true about how she was built. She noticed, too, how certain people seemed to find her without even trying. The coworker who always chose her desk to vent at. The friend who called at midnight, never to ask how she was, only because some part of them sensed she'd listen without judgment. And she always did, even when she had nothing left to give that night. She didn't resent them exactly. She just began to notice a pattern she couldn't explain yet, of being the place where other people's heaviness landed. She remembers one afternoon in particular, sitting at her cousin's wedding, surrounded by music and laughter, and feeling, without any explanation, a wave of grief passed through her so suddenly she had to step outside. She later learned that her aunt, 2 tables away, had been quietly thinking about her late husband all evening, smiling through it so no one would notice. No one told her that. She had simply felt it, the way you feel a change in temperature, before she understood what it even meant to feel someone else's grief as your own. Not fixing it, not even always naming it. Just being close enough to it that it no longer felt like something happening entirely alone. For a long time, she thought the answer was learning to care less, toughen up, stop feeling so much. She tried, in her own quiet way, to build a wall, and it never quite worked, because the wall wasn't really the problem. The problem was that no one had ever taught her what to do with a sensitivity this specific, so she either let everything in unfiltered, or she shut down entirely and felt guilty for going numb. The shift happened slowly in a conversation with someone who used a word she'd never applied to herself before: empath. Not as a diagnosis, not as an excuse, just as a description of a nervous system that processes other people's emotional states almost as vividly as its own. Hearing it named for the first time felt like being handed a map for a country she'd been wandering through her whole life without one. Once she had the word, she started noticing the signs everywhere in her own history. The way crowded rooms drained her, not because she disliked people, but because she was absorbing dozens of emotional signals at once with no filter to sort them. The way she could sense a fight coming minutes before anyone raised their voice. The way physical exhaustion sometimes had nothing to do with her body and everything to do with a day spent holding space for everyone around her, while holding almost nothing for herself. She also started noticing which relationships left her feeling like herself again, and which ones left her feeling like she'd been quietly emptied out. It wasn't always the people she expected. Sometimes the loudest, most demanding presence in a room was easier to be around than someone quiet and simply sad. because sadness, she was learning, moved through her more easily than almost anything else. She began slowly to build something she'd never had. Not a wall, but a filter. She started asking, in the middle of absorbing someone else's mood, a simple question. Is this mine? Sometimes the honest answer was no, and just naming that gave her permission to set it back down instead of carrying it home. She started protecting her alone time the way other people protect their finances, not as indulgence, but as necessary maintenance for a system that takes in more than most. If you've ever left a gathering more tired than everyone who was actually the center of attention, if you've ever known something was wrong in a room before a single word confirmed it, if people have always found their way to you to unload what they're carrying, this isn't a coincidence, and it isn't a flaw. It's a kind of perception most people don't have. And like anything powerful, it needs a container, not a cage. I created a guided shadow work journal for sensitive, intuitive, and mediumistic minds like yours, built to help you tell apart what's truly yours from what you've been carrying for everyone else. You'll find it linked in the description if you're ready to start protecting your energy instead of just surviving it. And if this story felt familiar, leave a like and subscribe, because every week I bring a new theme on emotional and spiritual healing right here.